Hi, and you're very welcome to this short Viniyoga practice. My name is Paul. If you've never experienced Viniyoga before, or if you're not familiar with the tradition, very much based on the teachings of TKV Desikachar. So this practice should feel quite good and quite therapeutic. It should feel calming for your mind. It will open your body. And Viniyoga is very much about the breath. We put a huge emphasis on breath technique. In this practice, I'll talk a little bit about that. There is a Pranayama practice at the end. And we use the breath often to initiate movement. So you're going to start by lying down. And all you need actually is, I have a belt here just to show you how you can use a belt. You don't really need it. Just something for under your head. It just helps to align your spine and your neck a little bit better. And also just something to sit on if you need. For the moment, I'm just going to ask you to lie down. And just take a few moments, a few breaths to just let yourself settle. So, I like to lie with my legs extended, but if your back is giving you any problems or any discomfort, it's okay to bend your knees at any time during these rests. Otherwise, just extend your legs, palms turned up towards the ceiling, and just bring your hands a little bit out from your shoulders. Just helps to relax your shoulders. Just gently draw your chin down. So no actual breath retention, breath control. All I'd like you to do is to just take these few moments as a means of transition from whatever you were doing before you rolled out your mat to this moment. And very often these few minutes at the start of practice is often one of the most important parts of the practice, because it really helps to let us settle, to come back into our body and just start to settle our mind. And in this way, hopefully we can remain a little bit more present as we practice. If you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath, just start to inhale and exhale through your nose. So usually you just need to take between 6 and 8 breaths, and that's very often sufficient to allow you to settle. And I'm going to ask you to bend your knees, bring your heels onto the floor, turn your palms down, and just before you start, just make sure that you can bring your arms onto the floor behind so that there's nothing in your way. So if there is, just adjust a little bit. And I like to bring my arms a little bit wider, because it really helps to just open my shoulders. So you're going to start with your feet together, and as I inhale, I'll just show you first. I'm going to bring my arms up towards the ceiling, going to open my knees out, bring my heels and my toes together. As I exhale, release my hands onto the floor behind. Stay here as I inhale. And exhale, draw your knees back and lower your arms. Okay, so we're going to do that 5 times together. So the first one will just be a demonstration in some of these poses. So when you're ready, inhale, exhale, stay as you inhale, and exhale. Lower your arms, draw your knees together, heels back on the floor. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Stay as you inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. There's two more. And just pause, relax for a moment or two. Take one or two breaths. So, I'll just show you the second pose. So I'm going to start by drawing my knees into my chest. As I inhale, I'm going to straighten my legs. Bring my arms onto the floor behind. As I exhale, just soften your knees just a little bit and just relax your shoulders and your arms just a small bit. Inhale, re-engage, and exhale. So your knees come back into your chest each time. So we're going to do this 5 times together. I'll talk the breath cycle for the first 3, and then we do the last 2 yourself. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And just 2 more times. and lower your heels. This next pose is a variation on 2-foot support. So I'm going to draw my knees in, or my heels in a little bit closer. As I inhale, I'm going to come up onto my toes, arms come onto the floor behind. As I exhale, lower my arms as I lower my heels. I'm going to stay here as I inhale. Just watch what happens here. Chest expanding, shoulder blades down and back. And then exhale, coming down. So we'll do this together 5 times. Inhale. Exhale, lower your heels, lower your arms. Inhale, keep everything strong. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, slowly coming back down. Inhale, coming up onto your toes, arms onto the floor behind. Exhale, lower your heels, lower your arms. Inhale. And exhale, coming back down. Good. And then just do it 2 more times yourself. And then once you come down, just come down and just rest. So how long should these rests be? It's just a few breaths. It gives us an opportunity to just observe how we're feeling. Perhaps we notice as we practice that we're feeling slightly different to the way we may have felt at the start of practice. People often say to me that something shifted for me during practice. That's very, very common. It also helps us just to check in on how we are physically. Do we need to take more rest? Is there some part of my body that's giving us a slight niggle that we need to adapt for? Viniyoga is very much about allowing us the freedom to adapt the pose to suit the needs of each one of us on a particular day. And from here, I'm going to get you to extend your right heel. You're going to fold in your left leg like this. Now, if you can't, and then I want you to take your left ankle with your right hand. If you can't reach, you could grab the end of your trousers or just take a belt, strap, or a towel and just take a little bit of support here to hold your leg in position. And then from here, we can do this together. Inhale as you raise your left arm, bring your arm onto the floor behind. And as you exhale, just lower your arm down by your side. You can do this 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now you're going to bring your left arm onto the floor behind once more as you inhale, but you're going to stay for 3 full breaths. You're going to stay as you exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale as you lower your arm back down. Release your foot. Bring your right foot in. Hold your right foot ankle with your left hand. Right hand down by your side as you inhale. Draw your right arm onto the floor behind. And exhale as you lower down. Again, making sure to engage your left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So once more, inhale. And exhale. Bring your arm over once more on the inhale, and now you're going to stay for 3 full breaths. Stay as you exhale, and inhale. Exhale, and inhale. Exhale, inhale, and exhale, lower your arm, and then release your foot. And again, once more, just come down and rest, palms turning up towards the ceiling. Here you're going to bend your knees, you're going to roll onto your side. You're going to come up into, we're going to work in cat. So arms under shoulders, knees under hips, raise your head, lift your head forward, allow your back to relax. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, just gently chin to chest, rounding your spine as you move back towards your heels. Just go back as far as you can. If you can't go back this far, that's okay. Inhale, coming forward. And we're doing this for a total of 5 times as well. Exhale, moving back. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale. And exhale back. Now we're going to stay here. But I'm going to get you to bring your left hand out to the side a little bit. Move your right hand out. Now you're starting to initiate a twist here. And then I'm going to get you to lower your head down between both arms. You're going to stay here for 5 breaths. On the next inhale, come back to the center and then walk your right hand out to the side. I need to move over here a little bit, and then your left hand, and then rest in between your 2 hands. Five breaths. And as you rest here in position, you should feel quite a good stretch along the left side here. Keep my elbows off the floor and my hands forward. And then just come back to the center. And then finally, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to turn my palms up towards the ceiling, and I'm going to rest my forehead in the palms of my hands. So this, especially at times of stress, anxiety, feelings of uncertainty, this can feel really nurturing and supportive. And we just stay here for a few breaths. And then slowly come back up. So you're going to take your block or your cushion and do a little bit of pranayama. So this is an Aluma Ujjayi. And it's going to be 12 breaths. This again should feel like a very soothing, relaxing pranayama practice. Just be careful if you've got a cold or if you've sinus or hay fever and one nostril is blocked, not to apply too much pressure. So the idea is that I inhale through both nostrils, and then I'm going to close off one nostril completely and partially close off the other and exhale through the other. And it really helps to develop the exhale. It's almost like it's just like a funnel. But the most important thing is that you're not applying too much pressure. So you should feel no pain. You just gently close one side, gently restrict the other side, and exhale through that side. And we're going to do a total of 12 breaths. So I'm going to talk you through the first 6 roughly, and then I'll get you to continue. Now at the end, when I ask you to stop, you may only be on your 8th breath or 9th, or you may be on your 15th. So don't worry, it's hard, it's difficult often when we're working like this to synchronize everybody, breath, retention and control the same. So just start with sitting in an upright position. If this is too uncomfortable, you can sit with your legs extended out, or you could use a chair. If you're sitting with your legs extended, take the support from the wall behind you. You don't need to close your eyes. I like to close my eyes. It just helps to internalize a lot more. So you're going to count, or I'll count rather, with my left hand. And you're going to use your right hand to close off your nostrils. So when you're ready, just take a few breaths to settle. Inhale and exhale through your nose. And again, typically about 6 or 8 is usually sufficient to allow us to prepare for our practice and to let us settle. So from here, I'd like you to inhale through both nostrils. Then close off your right nostril, partially close off your left as you exhale through your left. Release, inhale through both. Completely close off your left, partially block off your right, and exhale through your right. Release, inhale through both. Close off your right, partially block off your left, and exhale through your left. Release, inhale through both. Block off your left, partially block off your right, and exhale through your right. Release, inhale through both. Block off your right, partially block off your left, and exhale through your left. Release. Inhale through both nostrils. Close off your left nostril partially, close off your right, and exhale through your right. Release. Inhale through both and continue on your own. Wherever you are now in your breath cycle, just complete the one that you're currently working on, and then just lower your hands onto your knees and take about 6 to 8 breaths just to close pranayama practice. And if your eyes were closed, just open your eyes now. As you inhale, just bringing your arms out to the side, just raise your arms overhead. And exhale as you lower. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do that 2 more times.
join your hands as you just gently bow your head. Move your thumbs to your third eye center in between your eyebrows to signify right thoughts. To your lips to signify right words. And to your heart center, so that our actions may come from a place of compassion and caring for others and for ourselves. Namaste. So thank you very much for joining me today, and if you enjoy this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Paul Bracken Yoga, like and share, also Instagram and Facebook, and there'll be lots more videos put up over the next couple of weeks. Thank you.